This week, I'm joined by a drag icon currently starring in Oscar at the Crown in London's West End, baby. She came to international attention after competing in the 12th season of RuPaul's Drag Race, as well as Drag Race All-Stars. My guest this week is Jan Sport. Hey, baby.
Hello. Hi, Bimini.
How are you?
I'm good, Mama. How are you doing?
I'm good. Are you local now?
Yeah, I guess I've been living here for 6 weeks. So.
Yeah, basically, that's me. If I go anywhere for longer than about 3 weeks, I'm like, I'm not going to the tourist spots.
No, I have my own little places now.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I love it here, though. I'm trying to really stay here for longer, though. So if anyone wants to try to keep me here, I'm looking out. I'm putting out feelers everywhere.
Green card, visa.
Yes.
We want it all.
Exactly.
Well, that's cool because where you live in New York.
Yeah.
So they're not too different, I'd say. What do you think about that?
In terms of like size and like just I feel like how big each city is, like definitely not. Like there's always a place to go. There's so many different scenes that you can be a part of, which I really love. I think the one thing about here is that it's so much cleaner. And a lot of people say that that's like shocking to
Cleaner
hear.
here?
Here is a lot cleaner than New York. Have you ever been to New York?
I have been to New York. Yeah, I have actually. I was in Brooklyn.
Okay.
I feel like Brooklyn is like East London to me. So I felt like it's very similar.
Exactly.
But yeah, I was like, anywhere else I go, I'm like, it's so clean here.
Yeah. Oh, sure. No, I think that this is like the cleanest place on the planet. I'm like,
good.
It's crazy to me, like how clean it is. There's not trash on the street everywhere. Like in New York, I mean, it's just like piles of trash everywhere.
Oh, yeah, fair.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Go on, Sadiq Khan.
Yeah. So that's the reason why I want to stay here.
Yeah.
Starting off. But no, I really do love it. I really do. I could live here.
Have you been to a lot of the green parks? Because we're like the city in the world with the most amount of green space.
Wow.
And it's like untouched. You can't do anything. So it's 45% of London is green space.
Kat, that's amazing.
It's huge, right?
Yeah.
So I remember going to New York and being like, where's the green space?
Just one right in the middle, honey.
Yeah.
Just that big.
I was like going for a run one morning when I was like super healthy one day.
Yes.
And I went for a jog in the morning and had to run around like a basketball court. So I was like, that's the only thing.
That's what we got. Yeah, concrete jungles where dreams are made of.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I've been to Hyde Park and the one by Trafalgar Square, which I guess is kind of both of like what I don't even know what it's called, but they're really pretty. Hyde Park is really nice.
Hampstead Heath is a good one. I'd recommend to go to.
Where is it?
Hampstead.
Okay.
So it's like North London, but it's the biggest green space.
Okay.
There's some like high points where you can like walk up and see all over London. It's like really beautiful.
Cute.
There's also, it's really known for cruising. Like that's where George Michael used to frequent
Amazing.
back in the day.
That's
There's a lot of history.
Exactly. I just want to get some education while I'm here.
This is
and Ariana Grande wrote a song called Hampstead, and I'm sure that it's about how cruising it really takes place there. So I'm going to go back and just like look for Easter eggs in that song.
There you go. I think so. I think that's a good idea because it is a beautiful place. And yeah, what else do you love about London though?
I love the people. Honestly, everyone is really friendly. I think the one thing that I really do appreciate though, more than anything, is I feel like the culture here is a lot more apt to camp and people are just like down to be a little more boisterous and flamboyant even, where it's like, it doesn't even matter what your gender is or who you like or anything like that. I think like people are just more like fun and willing to like be silly. Yeah.
There's a bit of grit there.
Yeah, exactly. New York is like, it can just be really, really serious sometimes. And I think people like to have fun here more than we do in New York.
Yeah, that's good. Keep having fun. We need to keep doing that because there's obviously like nightlife closing and everything, but there's always something to do, which is a vibe.
Exactly.
So The Pieces, the podcast we are at today, my podcast. You are the first guest back.
Oh, thank you.
Had like a little break. Now we're back to it.
Amazing.
So The Pieces is about identifying the pieces that make us the people that we are.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we're always made up of so many. So what is the formative moment that has made you the person you are today?
Ooh, that's a great question. Oh my God.
Right in. Hampstead Heath, cruising now. Tell me about what formed you.
And what and who made you?
Yeah.
I think honestly, it is when I started doing drag, I feel like how that came to be was always very much written in the stars in a way, because the way that I did drag was not as like, I didn't start drag as Jan Sport. Like I started as Charlie Mantione is Kris Jenner. And like I started out as like a Kris Jenner impersonator because to me it was like theatrical and it was really camp, but I didn't know what drag really was as much. I had it at my school and I had like a class that I like took at my liberal arts school, which is hilarious. But I didn't like know what New York style drag was. And I was just doing makeup and I really did like that. But when I found, like, I did like a 3-minute monologue as Kris Jenner about getting into Chicago on Broadway. And then I sang I Dreamed a Dream from Les Mis about her failed dreams of not getting on Broadway. And so I was like, that's theater, bitch. And I like grew up in the theater. Like it really brought everything together for me, like theater, pop culture, makeup. And then ultimately I'm like, oh, well, that's drag.
Well, that's similar to me in the sense of like finding a purpose in drag through performing and knowing that you can do whatever the hell you want.
Right.
Like Kris Jenner monologue to Chicago into Les Mis. Like who else? Like my first performance was like a political one where I lap danced on Donald Trump and then like did all of that like kind of political stuff. And it was like on stage being like, oh, I can do stuff like this.
Absolutely.
And there's no rules to it. And that's what I feel drag is is so amazing for allowing people to discover that. But New York drag is different to, well, New York and London drag, I think, quite similar.
Yeah.
There's definitely like similarities, but New York drag is different to kind of lots of different styles of drag, I think.
Totally. I think the thing that we really not champion in our city, like especially I feel like the tides are changing, but I think there was definitely like, it's kind of like the 2016 like trend of makeup. Like our spoken word is like very much like a part of the culture of drag. Like we love to tell a story through the spoken word and then go into like a pop song. I feel like that like has become more popular like around, which I think is really cool. But I think some of the girls are really bringing it back to just like, baby, I am going to put on some Jessie Ware and just be sexy and allure you with my body and just dance. And I've been seeing more and more of that in our scene, which I'm loving. That's not my tea. I'm not like, I do love to lip sync, but I really love to lip sync words and not like lyrics. So I'll stay in my own little corner and do my thing, and then let the other girls do it. I'll sing a little bit too. I think that that's also fun and why I love it here as well. There's so many singing drag queens here who just like that's such a big part of their act, and I'm like, honey, get on that stage and sing a damn song. Yeah, when I was first starting out, I was like, I just want to sing on stage. There were so many rules about theater and growing up like at a conservatory, getting a degree in that, and it was like there were so many rules. And now like doing this, I'm like, oh, like you said, I can literally do whatever I want.
So what was it like with going back to that point about the theatre and the growing up? I feel like I hear this a lot and I've seen it through friends. Some of these places, so dance schools, they still have quite rigid gendered roles. It can be very still like, you've got to be this. And if you don't feel like that resonates with you, but you want to be the star, like you are a star, you know? Like, right. I feel like drag has allowed me and other people to explore that as well.
Absolutely. It's like you can be any character that you want to be. Your drag persona does not need to just be one linear thing. You could evolve in so many different ways and play whatever roles you want to. Like I'm playing Oscar Wilde right now, but I'm like still in like the only thing that I don't have on is a wig. And I'm like, I'm still giving like a full character. Like it's still Jan and it's still like an extension of who I am. But it's like, I never thought that I would be able to do that when I graduated school. It was always like, yeah, you need to fit into, you need to be a masculine man. You need to learn how to really portray that you love women. And I was like, I talk like this. Like, I like this, like, it's not going to fly. So it's like, what are those opportunities then that I can play that all of the other gay people that I'm in school with also are going for as well? Like, what makes me stand out? And I was like, oh, it's theater. Like, and it's drag. I can really, like, when I stepped into doing Kris Jenner, it like really unlocked something in me. Because I was like, oh, I'm playing this like 60-year-old woman and I'm just like taking the piss out of it, having a ball. And that was very freeing for sure.
Pre-facelift Kris Jenner.
Yeah. Oh my God. Can we just?
I love them. I feel like watching them as like matriarch family of women. I'm always just like, if women are getting it, if women are doing a thing, I'm like all for that.
Absolutely. I'm like, Kim is 45 years old. What? Like, where did the time go? Two, my God, what a woman. She is so gorgeous.
But I also keep thinking, like, when I hear her getting older, I'm like, I'm getting older as well. Like, I know that, but like, it didn't. I remember her 40th birthday.
I know.
Like, weird, right?
Honey.
Like, why am I like my monumental points of my life like Kim's birthday?
Yeah,
I keep realizing
we all
I'm aging.
celebrated. Yeah,
we all celebrated. Exactly. So, would you say like your Kris Jenner performance was that the first memory of feeling drawn to performance or drag, or was there one before? Would you say? Because I remember watching it from the peripheries. Like, I remember like not knowing how I could express myself creatively on stage. I didn't study. I didn't study theatre. I didn't go to drama school, even though I did as a kid and danced. So I didn't have the opportunity. And I remember going into an East London bar and seeing drag and thinking, "Fuck! Like this is cool.
Yeah,
like this is punk."
One of my first memories that I have of drag is seeing Sherry Vine do a parody of Bad Romance, like in a toilet on YouTube. And I always remembered that. Like, that's like kind of what I remember about Bad Romance, which is kind of sick and twisted, like that it's Sherry Vine. But even so, like Lucy LaDuca was the first drag queen that I ever really knew in real life because we went to college together. And so like seeing her and being like, everybody at our school was like, oh, and Tim is Lucy LaDuca. Like, you have to meet Lucy. And I was like, wow, like, it's really an event. It really is. So I think Kris was definitely a big part of it, but also just like seeing other people be able to do that. Like, we had a drag show at our school every year, and I never participated, but my roommate at the time was the like head drag queen. And it was just so interesting to see all of the preparation and stuff and just see like how great the show was. And I was gagging for it and up on my feet, like losing my mind at what my friends were doing, not ever thinking that I could do it, but like just seeing them do it on a scale that's not like, it's passion that's just driving it. And it was really, really cool to see.
Do you think this is a bit of a curveball, but talking of passion, because it's something that I think when I started drag, there was not a lot of things happening in the UK. Like there was the scenes, there was Sink the Pink, but Drag Race wasn't here, you know? Like that wasn't, we'd see Drag Race across like the pond, see it abroad. I felt like there was a lot of people that were doing it for that passion because there was nothing to do it other than for drag. Like now Drag Race is there, and I feel like that has changed the scene a lot in the UK.
100%.
Would you say that has happened in the US?
Absolutely. Sure. When did you start?
I first did it in 2012.
Okay.
Called Misty Minaj.
Yes!
Miss Misty, if you're nasty. But no, it didn't, that didn't last long. I was just like going out in Soho, just feeling myself. And then I didn't do it for a while. And then Bimini started, she was birthed on February the 15th, 2017.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, but like, I remember going out and we were doing it for drink tickets, and like, I was like not making money. Like, it was like a thing. And yeah, I feel like it's shifted so much now. It's so competitive. And I think like I worry that the love of drag has been lost within the community and the scene.
Totally. I think that it's a blessing and a curse how much the show has brought visibility to what we do and to a bunch of queer people. But yeah, it's just like how every art form kind of progresses. It's just kind of like it kind of gets a little bit watered down and washed down, and the reasons why people are doing it are maybe not necessarily for the passion of what like the art form is, and it's just to get famous. I think especially in New York too, it's weird because I think a lot of the folks who are doing it now are also theater people who are finding it in the same way that I am, where it's like, this is an expression of like who I am, like to the core of my being, where I can express like all of my fantasies and like wildest thoughts that I have, which is amazing. But then it's like, oh, I'm also going to be on RuPaul's Drag Race, like that, and that's what some people like really, really want to do. But it's also crazy because I'm like, it's tough because I can't say, I'm like, oh yeah, of course. It's like completely changed my life. Like how could I not be so excited about that and want that for my friends? But also I'm like, one thing that I do think is cool is that there are so many opportunities now for queens to make their own path outside of that because of the visibility that Drag Race has brought. So yeah, I mean, it's hand in hand. There's a lot more queens now than when I started, and I'm sure than when you started.
Well, I think it's just, for me, when I see it in the UK scene, I think there's such a hunger and competitiveness to get on the show, which is obviously natural. Like, it's the thing, you know. But like, I want them to just enjoy it.
Right.
and like have fun. Like I remember like going out, like I was looked a mess. Like it was like trying out makeup in the club, like
Yeah.
different outfits, different looks. And like there was no pressure. Now I feel like there's a bit more
Right.
pressure. And I think there's that pressure that just takes away the fun and the beauty of an art form.
Totally.
And I just want anyone that's listening to know, you don't have to put any pressure on yourself. You can just do your thing, take your time. Like who knows what will happen, you know? It could happen tomorrow, it could happen 10 years' time.
Yeah. I mean, even now, right now, when I'm doing this show, I haven't done drag as consistently as I've been doing it. I mean, it's like I haven't put on a wig in a long time. I haven't put on heels in a minute. And so it's been
must
very
be nice for the feet.
Girl, I'm thrilled about it. I mean, I'm running around on concrete, so it's not necessarily that fantastic, but I'm not doing it in heels, and that's great for me. But I want to come back to drag with like a newfound passion and a new like chapter and era for myself. And I'm looking forward to discovering what that is. But yeah, it's like I'm somebody who puts so much pressure on myself too. And I'm like, well, if I put something out there, it has to be as good as possible. And I'm like really trying to just let that go because I'm like, well, what's the point of putting that pressure on yourself? Because no one's benefiting in that situation.
Yeah.
And you should just put yourself out there, even if something's not perfect, because that's what makes it beautiful. And that's how you grow. That's how you get to that finished product.
There was a real moment for me when I realized that when performing, because the first about a year and a half, I was quite nervous going on stage. Now I'm not nervous, but like I was nervous because I hadn't been on stage in so long. And I could, like you could tell, if I'm nervous, no one's enjoying it, you know? And as soon as I was like, oh, that didn't go perfect, that move wasn't right and blah, blah, blah. As soon as I just lent in, you win the audience, you win the crowd. And that relaxation and realization that the best things come from imperfection was a real like clog moment.
Totally. It's really funny to also clock that in real life versus like Drag Race. Like I feel like when somebody loses a wig at the bar, everyone goes nuts.
It's crazy.
And everyone's like, yeah. But if you lose it on Drag Race, honey, crucified.
Yeah.
So it is really interesting. But like, yeah, those like moments of imperfection, like you're kicking or something and then a shoe flies into like an audience member's face. Like those things like make memories and make for a lot more fun to be had. Exactly. So
those little moments, especially in the club and in the bar, and everyone's in it with you, and that's what drag was for me, because it was like you're bringing everyone in the room into your brain.
Yeah, exactly.
And hoping they enjoy it.
Yeah, for real. And like, yeah, everyone get out and see more drag. I think like we have to really support our community in these crazy times, and like also like support ourselves. Like go out and have some fucking fun.
Yeah, exactly. I'm very lucky for in London. I've been DJing a lot.
Yeah.
Which has been great because it was something I did before Drag Race.
Yeah. Cool.
Just not very well. I wasn't doing very well, but I was doing it. I've always loved it.
Yeah.
I've always loved a party. I've always loved to start a party and keep it going and controlled music. So it's been a great thing to do. But I've seen the scene because I've been going out a lot and I'm seeing the people. Like it's cool. It's good to see. But I feel like there needs to be. Like drag, I just want to see more drag shows, just more ridiculous drag shows.
Yeah, so many silly things. I like know Alaska is doing this like drag 5,000, I think, show in LA. Like she's doing these shows where I was just listening to her podcast and she was talking about how she's like doing like Golden Girls in space. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, yeah, silly. Of course. Like, let's be bringing that back and doing all of that. Like, I think I'm going to bring my Kris Jenner back. I'm like, I just want to be stupid. I want to have fun.
This is the right time now. Just tape that face back.
Yes.
Double, triple.
Oh my God.
That'll be like camp to do.
It would be crazy. Yeah, I do have a number called The Surgeon and I, Very the Wizard and I from Wicked. And so I definitely am going to bring that back. It's very of the time now. Wicked and surgery.
Talking of Wicked, how is the West End going?
It's really good. I'm really, really loving it. The cast that I'm working with are incredible. Like the talent on these people is just out of this world. And they're all so young. They're all literal children. I'm like the second oldest in the cast. Our youngest castmates are 20 years old.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh my God, they're kids. And they're so, so good. audiences are great. They that's what I mean. It's just like people are open to having different experiences here. Like it's an immersive show. People are on their feet the entire time, and you're hearing this story about how online personas like brought the end of the world, but you're also listening to like bangers and dancing the entire time when that's happening, and then the rug gets pulled from under you. But it's really cool to see how people respond and react. And I've been a part of this show for a decade now. Like my best friend Andrew and Mark, they wrote this show 10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And I was a part of it there for my friend Mark's thesis at Harvard. And so the fact that that I'm here now doing this 10 years later is really, really cool. But I love it. I really don't want to leave. I love London. I want to be in the West End. I've seen so many shows out here too. Having a ball. Starlight Express. Have you seen that?
No.
Doll, you gotta go see Starlight Express.
One that's memorable for me recently was Matilda.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Okay, I didn't. Here's the thing. Let me be really honest with you.
I didn't like children.
I don't like children.
No, I do like children. No, I don't like children. I don't like children like singing. Yeah, so like no, I do like children singing. That's mean, but I just didn't like it.
I'm very touch and go with children. I love that they exist. I can't wait to be an uncle. Yeah. You will not see me having a child. I do think that if I was like teaching children, I think it would be really cute to like share my art form and share with like kids their passion too, and try to help and expand that. But I don't necessarily want to see a full production of the kids.
Yeah.
I don't want to see a show about all men, and I don't want to see a show about all children.
I just want camp, sex, fun, like ridiculous, all of that stuff, all of the above.
And women. Just women. Women and gays and everybody that's under the umbrella. My God.
What's the audience been like for Oscar and the Crown?
It's been really interesting because the show is extremely in your face. It's very much a sensory overload. And to watch people be able to kind of figure that out is really, really fun. Like people will kind of not know what's going on. And then some people will be so locked in and understand it completely.
Yeah.
And we're like elevated on these boxes that like move around the space. And it is very interactive. Like some people are like, I can't believe that I just saw you in this show and you're like right in front of my face. And I'm like, yeah, like that's like, it's a really, really cool experience. So it's been fun to interact with people. Like I am kind of the character that can really like take the piss out of the audience and really just kind of move around and like play around with everybody. So that's really fun to do. And I've just loved getting to see some fans that I've known for years come see the show and see me in a different capacity. But then
how's that been?
It's been really cool because like I love to act.
Yeah.
I love performing on stage. Like it's truly what I thought I would be doing when I was younger. And I am doing it now, which I'm so grateful for. Like when I started to do drag, I did not know that I would be coming back to this. In fact, like I kind of didn't want to come back to this.
Yeah.
And I will say like in theater, like it does not pay the bills as much as drag can. But the joy that I have being on stage is unparalleled. Like I'm like, I love to do this. And I've loved seeing my growth as a performer through drag, which is kind of why I was like, I see Kris Jenner as like a way that like I expanded myself like as an actor, because I can never imagine myself playing these roles had I not allowed myself the freedom of trying something new and going outside of my comfort zone by playing this 60-year-old woman. So like it is really, really cool to do. And I'm just like looking forward to doing more of it. I really want to continue to perform. Hoping for Broadway 2026. That's I'm manifesting.
Manifesting.
Exactly.
Put it on the mood board.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
It's within reach. Like being in the West End.
Right. I'm like
West End gal.
It's only a step up. So
have you listened to random curveball, Lily Allen's new album?
No.
Okay. It's called West End Girl.
Yeah. I did hear that first song. Then there's like the voice memo at the end, right?
Yeah.
I've been on my Demi Lovato shit right now. Because she just released her new album. There was a lot of Cupcake just came out with the new album.
Cupcake did.
Yeah. But is Lily Allen's good?
It is really good, but I'm a big Lily fan.
Okay.
I feel like she's quintessential British. Like her lyrics are just so cutting. Like she's sassy.
Yeah.
You know, and she doesn't hold back. And I think like when we think about a heartbreak album or a breakup album, and it's like, oh, he broke my heart because he did this. This is like, I found butt plugs. It's like she goes there. Like I'm like,
oh my God,
yeah.
what?
She's like, I found butt plugs and loads of condoms. Like, are you a sex addict? Like it's like quite like she, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
she
like,
really goes in.
Go for it,
and
girl.
This is the guy from Stranger Things, right? Honey, and they're about to go into their final season. The press is hot.
I would not like to be David Harbour right now. He's been like, well, she wasn't an angel either.
Oh my God. And he's going to put out a diss album too. Oh
Yeah,
my
I
God.
hope so.
The war
That would
on
be
the charts.
Yeah, I love that. I said, okay, I want to go into some defining moments of your career.
Okay.
Because I feel like this is a big moment. Like now you're in West End.
Yeah, it totally
You're
is.
you're doing away from drag, which I think I respect that. You're having a break from that. But everything you're doing on this stage and everything you're learning from this as well, is transferable.
Absolutely.
And it's nice to have a break to take a moment to yourself and think, how do I want to realign when I come back?
Yeah, because it's like, I do feel like I have found Jan in a different capacity through this show. And I'm like, yeah, I don't have to limit myself to just doing one thing. Like Jan is a character, but it like doesn't need to just be me in a wig all the time. It's like my stage presence. It's my persona that I bring to it. And so...
Did you feel a pressure to be like that at one point?
For the show?
When you're doing drag, you have to feel like you have to stick to a certain... that people... and be afraid to like step away and try to something different?
Oh, yeah. I mean... I think before I was on the show was so different than where I'm at now. And like it's not all like sunshine and rainbows. Like I think a lot of people were very like, you on the show is so like positive, and you people call you too much, but that's just you and that's who you are, and you do that unabashedly. And I'm like, oh yeah. But I also remember I'm like, that part of me has withdrawn a little bit because of all of the stuff that people say. And like, there is pressure for me. I put that pressure on myself. It's from nobody else. But like, I put that pressure on myself to like try to not be too much. But I'm like, even what I'm saying, I'm like, oh, I want to come back into drag and do something a little more like closer to what I started doing it as. I'm like, that's kind of my way of being like, yeah, I want to be too much. I want to be passionate and like weird with my stuff and be as like niche as I can and not worry that I have to play to like what the fans think they want of me, you know?
Also, like, fuck too much. Fuck anyone saying that. I think that's so rude when people... Like, that's one thing I dislike about the internet, is that everyone is warranted an opinion, which I get, like, you're in a public sphere and blah, 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 but people are just nasty. And it's like, to bring down your personality to the point where you've like felt like you want to hold it back, like, that's shit.
Yeah.
Like, they shouldn't do that.
It is, yeah. I've like had I like don't really post online as much anymore, which is sad. Like I used to like love doing it, and I'm like really trying to be like, you just gotta put shit up there and out there. And so like, I'm like, all right, let me recollect myself and then just come back stronger. So the break has been good. But it's been informative for sure.
Yeah, that sounds good. It sounds positive. But yeah, fuck people that are assholes and judge other people.
Stop being mean.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate that side of all fandoms. Like all fandoms, you see it everywhere. Like there's always
disgusting.
Yeah. I want to look back. Can you walk me through the moment when you got the call for Drag Race? Was there like a moment where you like...
Yeah, okay. So this is really funny. So it was World Pride in New York City. And I was on my way to a rehearsal in Midtown. I was outside of a McDonald's when I got the call, and I was thrilled, losing my mind. McDonald's sent me a microphone that was like, had like a burger like on it, which is crazy. But I remember going there to this rehearsal, and I was going to meet Britta because I knew that she had gotten her psych eval as well. And I was like, I walked in the room and everyone knew that something was up because I was ear to fucking ear.
Yeah.
And I was like looking at her to see if like anything had happened. And like 2 seconds after I walked in the room and made eye contact with her, she got the call too. So it was, and then we had to do this whole fucking rehearsal with us just being like, Like we're through the roof. Yeah, that was amazing. But I'm so glad that they didn't give us all the shit that we needed to start preparing until that Monday, because it was like, girl, this is World Pride. Like, I'm going from gig to gig to gig to gig to gig. I cannot even.
And your brain would just think about that.
Exactly,
sure,
exactly. So shout out to World of Wonder for waiting until Monday to give us that.
That was the most fun part, I think, though, getting the briefs of like the runways, because that was so creative, so fun.
So fun. What did you have a fun moment?
Not really. I was just sat in my front room.
Cute.
I was at home and they called me and I was like, oh. And my housemates were like, what was that? And I was like, I just got a drag race.
Yeah.
But like, it was quite quick. But then ours happened during COVID, right? So we filmed and then COVID happened and it was a wild. So like, that was 5 years ago.
I know.
It's insane how quickly it goes. But yeah, getting that call was like a big moment.
Yeah.
Because I applied the first time I applied and I didn't think I was going to get it. I thought I was going to get on season 3.
Yeah.
Obviously, my intuition is way off, which explains my ex-boyfriends. But I want to go, looking back at the 2 seasons of the show that you've been on Drag Race and All Stars, is there a moment that was like the most transformative for you on the show?
Yeah, I mean, I think the face crack is so that is like like for good or for bad, that is definitely like probably like in the Mount Rushmore of like moments of my life in general, in or out of drag. Like,
in moments like you probably in the beginning you're like, but then you realize like it's iconic.
Yeah, it's right. Exactly. Like to be like a verb on the show.
Yeah.
Like you got Janned is like, that's like, I'm like, that's pretty fun. Like, and I mean, I made it work for me. Like I made that robe and like, I really had a good time and definitely capitalized on the moment. But that is definitely like, I can't not think about that moment when I think about the show. Oh, I was seething. It was like literally, I think that's why the face works so much. It's because like it was a true, like my world had shattered. Right before I thought, okay, because I'm like a huge purist fan. Like I love the shit so much. And so I was like, oh, I'm just going to be like Alaska. Like they didn't really understand Alaska until the middle of the competition. And then she won. And then it was just, and then she had a really strong finish on season 5. And I was like, oh, so I felt so good. I got the best critiques. I was like, I'm going to win this challenge. And then it's all uphill from here. And then like, you couldn't tell me that I wasn't going to win. And especially because like she called my name first and that's what she had been doing. And so I was just like shattered. But yeah, I can smile and laugh about it now.
Do you feel like that's like that's a bit of a naughty production moment? You know, when they're like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like they knew that that's probably going to how you would react.
Yeah, but at the same time.
But it makes great TV.
Yeah, it did. And like,
because you should have won.
Well, thanks. I think in the moment, it was, I was really obviously sad and annoyed and hurt. But also like, I do think that it's something that made me stand out more than if that didn't happen for me. I might not have had a moment or stood out in that way. So
I think that's always something to take from a situation like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's how I've viewed it. My whole experience on Drag Race was being underestimated and then overachieving is better than like kind of the opposite, you know, and then falling. So I think like, you just got to take it. Try and see the positives in it all.
Exactly.
And then you monetized on it anyway. So.
Yeah, exactly. And then like I went to do the Rusical in All Stars after that, which I ended up winning as Gaga. And that was fab. But like another moment that I had there was I was like so nervous to do those takes. I'm in these like 4-inch like silver stilettos, like not a dance shoe. And I'm about to like dance on this concrete and like try to like really buck and win this shit.
And there's pressure.
And there's so much pressure. Yeah. And like I don't think people understand like out there like how quiet it is on those sets.
Yeah.
Like you are in like, I don't know about y'all over here, but like it's like a big ass warehouse.
Yeah, it's
and
just
you
a warehouse.
can hear a pin drop.
Yeah.
It is so silent and you have to like really create that energy. And so there's so much like that goes on in your head. But I remember saying this to myself, and anytime I get nervous now, I'm just like, stop being nervous. Like you love to do what you're about to do.
Yeah.
So go out there and have fun. And anytime I get scared for myself, I remind myself, I'm like, you love to do this. So stop.
That's that's the best way for it to be, because like I do feel like that, and I'm like, it's 5 years now. It's getting we're doing a United Kingdoms tour though, which is gonna be great.
I saw that.
Can't believe 5 years later people are still wanting to come and see us do Bing Bang Bong. But
I mean, it's iconic.
Yeah.
You guys are so iconic. It's one of the best seasons of all time across any franchise.
That's nice, because it was like we didn't know what the hell was going to happen because of COVID.
Of course.
Was like scary, but the cast, the people that were on that, every single one of them was unique and amazing in their own way.
Yeah.
So taking it to a bit about personal evolution, have there been moments that stand out for you in your career that you'd say were quite tricky?
Yeah, for sure.
Difficult. And how do you think that shaped you now? I think hindsight's always a strong thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. It was kind of realizing that there like is not a shelf life, but it's just you kind of have to keep up with your presence, especially because like I didn't come in like, I wasn't in the top, like I came in 8th place twice. And so like I really had to fight to keep myself relevant. And this is like no shade to this company at all, because I like would love to go back and had a great time working there. But I like when I did the Murray and Peter Christmas tour, I did it the second year and I opened and closed every single show that we did on that tour. Like, and got standing ovations every night. And I was like, oh, great, can't wait to do this again next year. And then my like shelf life was kind of up. Like I didn't get asked to do it the year after because there was a fresh new batch of girls on a regular season. And this would now be 2 years after. So there were 2 seasons and then 2 all-star seasons on top of that. So I was old news. And I think that was kind of like, oh, it doesn't matter like how good I can be or how like much I'm bringing to it just with my performance. There's still a level of like, you kind of have to still have the draw. And I thought that I could or would, and maybe I did, but it was a good reminder for me that not everything in this industry is guaranteed, even when you are doing what you consider to be your best. And sometimes it just has nothing to do with you or your work ethic or anything like that. It's just somebody else's turn.
Yeah.
And that was hard for me to understand, but it's really helped me to be like, you can't be upset for somebody else's successes. That's their success, but you'll have your own success too. Like their win is not my loss, you know? So
it's hard though when you're working so hard and you're working so much, and then like you see those opportunities going because of like how there's always someone else knocking on the door.
Exactly.
And that's how, like, I remember even like my granny, so she was in the West End when she was younger. She was like a Tiller girl dancer. When she was 31, they kicked her out. She was too old.
Yeah.
And that was it. Career over. Like, and at 31 as a woman in the 1960s, and it's like to think like that happens throughout the board for lots of people, and it's a really hard pill to swallow.
Yeah.
To understand. But I think that's why I think what you're doing now is incredible. You're using all your talents. Like you're on the stage, you're having a moment. Like I think it's so important to take a moment for yourself in this industry and try to not let it distract you so much.
Yeah, thanks. I am really happy that I'm like, this is what I do. And this is how I can also like set myself apart from everyone else while continuing to be super passionate about the thing that I am doing, which is cool.
So last question.
Okay.
Where do you find your power?
Through music, for sure. I've always loved music. My dad is a DJ as well.
Really? No
and
way.
So he does it less frequently now, a lot less frequently, but like that was his big gig when I was growing up. Like that was his like full-time job for a lot of things, like in between him leaving college and like me being born. And so I grew up with a lot of different styles of music throughout my house. And there's just so many different songs and genres that give me life. Like especially right now during this like moody fall vibe that we're having, I'm like, let me put on some Yeba and just like hear these riffs and runs and feel like power in like the sadness and like the hard things that she's talking about. But like, I don't know, there's nothing I love more than a raspy bitch doing a run on a track. Like that it gives me so much life and power. And like, I'm a singer. Like I love to hear somebody else shredding on stuff. And like Lady Gaga's new album is just like out of this world. The vocals have never been better. And like if I'm having a bad day, I will put on Abracadabra first thing in the morning and just be like, we're going to shake this right now, bitch. Like, we got to move and get up and out. And like, I do find my power within those experiences of listening to somebody else's music. I love it so much, and it makes me feel whole for sure.
It's what it's made for, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's made for you to take it in whatever capacity that is for you. It's meant to make you feel good, feel sad.
Yeah.
It's so powerful. I love that.
How about you?
My power, music, definitely. I'd say music is up there for sure. And when I did it more, so dance to music. I think like that was like the thing that was just, if I was ever pissed off, ever in a bad mood, that would just get rid of it.
Yeah, so expressive.
Yeah. Oscar at the Crown. How long we got left of it?
Yes, so I am doing Oscar at the Crown until November 30th. I'm extending 2 more weeks, and I am closing out the show with the cast. We're done on November 30th. So yeah, everyone come out and see us in the bunker. It's really fun.
Amazing. Well, this episode will be out by then, so go and see Jan. Thank you so much for joining me on The Pieces.
Thanks for having me. Congrats on the next season.
Thank you.
Yeah.